Our Tunes.
What?
That's the slogan for this week's sponsor, Our Tunes.
Who told you that was the slogan?
Just made it up for him right now.
Hey,
you! Get your hands off Our Tunes!
So this episode is brought to you by OurTunes.com.
Hey, you! Get your hands off Our Tunes!
And that's tunes with a Z, as in Z Best.
Yes, the best.
So
That's
what-
our other slogan.
So what is Our Tunes? Basically, it's a great way to discover and stream new, great music to your phone or your computer.
Yeah!
If you go to OurTunes.com, you can enjoy a greater song variety than Pandora.
That's what's up.
And it's free to sign up, and it's free to download. Also, they made a little contest for us last week, a promo code battle between my name and yours. People voted on whoever thinks they will have a better sense of music
And who won?
to create their own channel.
Who won?
And
Who won?
and I guess you won. So now
That's
when you go
right.
to, now when you go
Hey,
to,
you! Get your hand off Our Tunes!
that's the person you guys chose. This is your elected king.
Yeah.
This is your official.
I am master.
Congratulations. So if
I
you go to-
control the playlist.
If you go to OurTunes.com/IfIWereYou, you can discover Jake's playlist. He's going to share with you guys.
Hope you guys like hip hop.
And you can still use either of those promo codes, Jake or Amir, for a 6-month premium membership. That's unlimited listening hours, skips, and no audio ads.
Woo.
And also, if you're a musician yourself or a comedian, you can upload your songs or comedy bits, shticks, sketches, whatever the heck you want. And royalties will pay indie artists more than any other music streaming site, up to a penny per play. So you can gain exposure, and you can learn and discover new music. That's a pretty cool website.
I like it.
So thanks to Our Tunes for building that little contest for us, and you guys can thank them yourselves by going to Our Tunes, that's OurTunes with a Z.com/IfIWereYou, and use our promo code to sign up. Now, as for this episode,
Yeah. Pray tell.
what can we say?
What's left to say?
There is nothing left. Obviously, things got real. To that we say amen. To that we say to-da, to-da, to-da. And to that we say, just keep living. Please enjoy.
If I were you, I'll show you what to do. But if you were me, you would be free. What?
If you were me, you would be free.
That's beautiful, but also a little self-aggrandizing. If I were you, I'd show you what to do, and if you were me, you'd be free?
Yeah.
That guy has a high opinion of himself, and I guess who wouldn't, because he can play the guitar like an angel.
That guy's name is Simon,
Simon.
and he's from Denmark.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
He is free.
I just wanted to really quickly ask for more theme song submissions. We're running low, so if you can write your own theme song, we start every episode with a new theme song. If you can write one as well as Simon can, please, please, please.
Dig and reblog.
Dig and reblog, retweet, favorite. We need it all. Also, send it to us as an MP3
Oh, yeah,
at ifireyou@gmail.com. If you can play music that well, would you how am I trying to say this? Could you use it to get girls?
Yeah.
But if you don't do a concert, what would you do? Like invite girls over and play music for them, or is that cheesy?
Well, it kind of depends. Like, this was me. When I was in high school and college, I couldn't
Right.
even play the guitar that good. But it was like, even doing it at all worked.
All right, but
You know?
let's say now, would you do that? Would you pull that out, or is
yeah,
that
but
considered
in a
cheesy?
In a different way, I would laugh at myself and be like, "Look, I know all the chords to Crash,"
Right.
and so I'd play it as a joke. But it's still a little impressive that I can play Crash.
And if you had a great voice, it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh wow, you're actually pretty good. And
well,
then
I don't have a great voice, so that's
Right.
tough. So
No,
I can only sell things as a joke.
right.
But I think if you sell something as a joke and then you also have a great voice, then that's pretty good.
Right. So you just have to start it off as a joke.
Right. It's always got to be a joke.
Right.
If you like really earnestly pick up the guitar and you're like, I'm just gonna play this little ditty for you. Everybody is like, no, don't do that.
Right.
But like everybody wants to laugh and then be impressed. Laughing is like the gateway.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, I know this Green Day song. Oh man, I was such an angsty teen. Here's one I made up.
Well, that's the problem with most talents. It seems douchey to whip them out.
Right. I think if you're not a musician, you have to be basically begged to play the guitar.
Yeah, maybe that's like the game. It's like if you're with other people, they have to quote unquote beg you to do it in front of like people that you're trying to impress.
Yeah, I think that's the.
So you get your friends to beg you to be talented in front of the people you're trying to impress.
That's it. That's the move. That's the ticket. That's the trick.
Just a little bit of unsolicited advice before we actually start the show. This podcast is called If I Were You. It's the only advice podcast on the internet hosted by us. I'm Amir.
And I'm Jake.
That's a thing that I'm sort of learning how to do, and I can never do it. I will never do that.
The fast part rap?
Yeah.
You can do that.
I can do it, but I wouldn't do it.
Dumma.
Like, I wouldn't do it at a party to impress people.
I see.
I can't do it to, like...
Well, that's something I would beg you to do at a party to impress people.
But even then, I would feel bad to do it.
I think even if you nailed it, it wouldn't necessarily be impressive.
Right.
I hate to say that.
Because it's not something that I wrote.
Yeah.
You know, it would have to be at a party, someone's playing it, everyone's really drunk, and I'm rapping along with it.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, wow, that was humorously good, I guess.
That's true.
So how does this podcast work? It's sorry. It's a advice podcast. So basically, the way it works is we get emails from people, real people, who are in real difficult places in their lives, and they look to us for guidance. That email address, if you find yourself in a sticky situation, once again, same email address for the theme song is ifireyouShow@gmail.com. So, I don't know. Should we get started?
Without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you, come again. No. A poo.
Oh, a boo.
Yeah, a boo's from Aladdin.
All right, either way.
All right, so let's give these real emails from real people fake names to preserve their anonymity. We will never disclose your real name.
That's right.
But we do want your emails. So what should we call this person?
Oh, this is we had a theme. The theme this week is places our friend Mike Carnell is traveling to.
Oh yeah, he's doing a web series called Don't Kill Eli, where people basically vote on where to send this guy Eli, and Carnell shoots and edits all the footage and turns them into shoots them into cool episodes. They've been to 3 places so far. So check out Don't Kill Eli on YouTube.com.
We'll tell you where they've been by naming the cities.
All right.
Mikey K going to Beirut.
Beirut writes, "What up, you diva roaches? Here's a sticky wicket I found myself in. Recently, I've started seeing this girl. I don't think I need to tell you guys, but I will reassure you she is a goddamn smoke show. Here's the catch. After multiple dates, lots of smooches, and lots of adult sleepovers, she drops the bomb on me that she's still in a relationship with her long-distance boyfriend. She's not moving to where he lives. He's not moving to where we live, but she still wants to make it work. There have since been adult sleepovers and dates, but the smooches have started to crawl to a stop. Guys, what should I do? Wait it out? I feel like waiting it out. Signed, Beirut."
The dude started to advise himself at the end.
Of course you feel like waiting it out, because in your mind it's going to happen.
Right. I feel like waiting it out. Before, let me temper your advice with this is what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Please give me that.
This is another way to rephrase your question, Beirut, just so you understand how stupid it is.
Oof.
Hey guys, I'm seeing this girl. She has a boyfriend and won't kiss me. Should I wait it out? I feel like I should wait it out.
You said these smooches slowed to a halt.
Yeah.
There were smooches?
There were smooches. There were smooches and adult sleepovers, which I thought were more extreme smoochery. But now there's just the adult sleepovers and no smoochery.
So yeah, I thought adult sleepovers was fucking.
Yeah. I guess it's like this is not
What
quite
if
an
adult sleepovers is fucking and smooches are just sort of like PDA?
Oh.
And he's like, well, now the PDA stopped, but we're still fucking.
So we're not kissing, but we're fucking.
I don't know in which way. Like, honestly, what I want to do is advise the girl to stop what she's doing.
Yeah.
No matter.
Yeah. Well, she's totally wrong. She's basically cheating on this guy.
Right.
That's an objective case. I'm worried about advising this guy.
All right, fine. I would say to Beirut to just remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah, you don't want to be part of this love Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
You think he's actually boning this girl without kissing her? Have you ever boned someone without never kissing them?
Yeah.
But like you've boned them before, or for the first and only time you've boned and never kissed?
I'm sure I've done that.
You sure you went to boning without kissing?
Boned or zero to bone with no kissing.
You went around the bases without touching any of them?
I'm sure that happened at least once.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah.
That's really fat.
Yeah, that's just kind of how I chill, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I actually, now that I think of it, motherfucker, I ain't never kissed a girl.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's not-
dude. Zero to boning every single time. And yo, doubling back, I ain't never had sex neither. So yeah.
So what happened?
7th grade, 8th grade, I once touched a nipple.
Okay.
9th grade, I did over the pants, sort of like rubbing the clitoral area.
Sure.
After that, it was a dry spell from 16 on.
So don't call it you're currently in the
Don't call it a
spell.
dry spell.
A spell sort of connotes a short amount of time, right?
Yeah, for a spell.
At least
well,
a
this spell
finite-
sort of connotes a curse. Wow, it's either a dry spell or a dry curse. It's a dry season like the Dust Bowl, and I am a migrant farm worker who can't find any poon.
It is a dry life, not a dry
Yes.
spell. Where were we?
Advising Beirut.
Yeah.
Mr. Root.
First
Mr.
of all,
Gay?
you don't want to be the other guy. Second of all, she's not even giving you kissings anymore at this point.
Right.
So what if she's just holding you emotionally hostage while she doesn't cheat on her boyfriend anymore?
Yeah.
And then
Waiting it out really literally means nothing in this situation. Should I wait it out? Like, you're not doing anything.
yeah, like
Even if you're home eating macaroni and cheese, that's technically waiting it out, because it's not like she's hooking up with you. At
Yeah.
least sleep in your own bed.
I feel like the only way to get over her is by finding somebody else, which you should actively be searching for.
Yeah.
Once you find someone else that doesn't have a boyfriend, you're gonna be like, holy shit,
This is way better.
this is so much better.
And also, the only way to, like, you can't give this girl exactly what she wants right now. She has, like, a boyfriend that she feels like a loving relationship with.
Even though they will
she's-
never be in the same city together.
Right, but she gets to be like, oh, I'm connected to this person, we're in love.
Yeah.
But then she's, like, missing some sort of physical contact, which you're giving her. Like, you can't do that. She doesn't get to do that. She doesn't get
Oh.
to have, like...
So she's using him. She's like,
yeah, she wants to, like, sleep next to someone.
oh
That's
shit.
not okay.
So she's just using him for the physical affection, using her boyfriend for the emotional affection.
Why on earth would you like a vixen temptress whore like this?
Beirut?
Beirut, you've fallen for a whore by accident.
Oh no.
Oh no, Beirut.
She set a trap for you and you walked right into it.
Sorry, buddy.
You fell down a whore.
You can escape the trap. It's time to bounce. Peace out. See you later. Forget that shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool.
Thanks, man.
Anything else left to say about that one?
I don't think so. I think we both agree that there's no way to get out as much as he wants to. He's got a piece.
It's funny that when you're in it, though, you have no frickin' clue, right?
Yeah, you never do.
You don't get it.
I totally feel that. That's why the show's called If I Were You, and we get to advise people as if we were in the situation, except without being emotionally involved. So
Yeah, we're cheating.
that's why our advice is good.
Yeah, because we're distanced. We've distanced ourselves.
That and because we're smart.
Yeah.
I'm intelligent.
And I am one too, because otherwise, why would you hang out with me? Yeah, what's wrong with me?
Your sense of value is tied to whether or not I like you.
Oh no.
Oh,
We're
shit.
two anchors floating in the middle of the ocean, not tied to anything.
Sinking fast.
All right, next question.
Mm-hmm.
Next city.
Where's the next place that Mikey went? Lebanon?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, you guys should watch the show to find out.
Wait a minute. Beirut's in Lebanon.
Oh, shit.
You idiot.
It was Lebanon, then Palestine?
Oh, Egypt.
Egypt. No, he
Petra.
went to Egypt.
Oh, he went to Jordan.
Jordan.
He went to, which is actually a person's name.
Perfect.
All right. I'm glad we got there. And I'm glad Mike got there, safe and sound.
Yeah. Love you,
Jordan,
Mikey K.
Jordan writes. It's a dude. Sup, my nerds? I've been dating this girl in college for almost a year now. We are like best friends, and the girl is a smoke show. A lot of our fans just all exclusively hook up and date smoke shows.
Well, I think that's great. I like that these girls are smoke shows because I would hate if we cultivated an atmosphere where people were writing in and be like, and like you said, this girl's a 0 out of 10.
All right, so I've been dating this girl in college for almost a year now. We are like best friends, and the girl is a smoke show. However, we don't agree on anything. We fight constantly. She is an extremely negative person, and it seems as though the sex life has gone drastically downhill. I was planning on breaking up with her once we got out of school for the summer to see if things got better. The problem is we share a lot of mutual friends who all happen to be girls, so I am afraid that I will lose all of them to her. Also, her dad is helping me get a marketing internship for this summer. I don't feel right about working for him and breaking up with his daughter, too. If you were me, when would you break up with this girl? How should I do it, seeing as though she is really clingy and probably won't see this coming? Please help. Best, Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
Ooh, sticky.
Sticky sitch.
Sticky.
For sure.
Difficult sitch for sure.
The rare pass for Jordan.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what's
the old gong.
Yeah.
We
gong show.
We don't
this
envy
show
you.
was a gong show.
Well, this happens a lot. You're able to get someone who's super attractive, and you are just loving life until the physical attraction starts to slip away because you get used to seeing this smoke show. She gets used to fucking you, and then you guys stop being physically into each other, and now all that's left is this personality that you don't get along with, that you find negative. You don't agree on anything, and you fight constantly.
Yeah.
So you've decided to break up.
Why don't you reread your email and realize that you didn't say one positive thing about your girlfriend except that she was hot.
And that her dad gave you a marketing internship, not a job.
All right, so
not
if that
a job.
makes you feel shitty, then you should get out of the situation.
Right.
You know, like you mutual friends, you can't stay with someone because you like their friends.
No,
you like
yeah.
your friends. Just like be yourself, do what you want to do. Trust that the universe will still give you friends. Especially these people are gonna respect that you like did the hard thing. You were like, hey, you know what? I'm not invested in this relationship anymore. I'm gonna peace out. Tell your dad thanks or no thanks. I don't want to go into marketing anymore.
Yeah.
Which, that's fine.
You might have to take a knee on the internship, which, as it turns out, is free, unpaid 3 months of labor. So that might be a bullet you dodge too.
You can get another internship. Also, you're breaking up with her for the summer is fine because like the mutual friends aren't going to come into play that much. You know, you're going to be away from them anyway. You'll be back home if you're leaving college.
Suddenly, it's more clear to us now than ever. You should and will break up with this girl as soon as possible.
Yeah, don't drag it out. Just do it now.
Once you decide to break up with someone, that's the hardest part of the relationship, and that's like the dead zone, and that can last very, very long. Like once you've already made the decision but can't bring yourself to do it.
Yeah.
Like that's the part where it's just bad, where it's like, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I'm gonna get better. I just feel weird.
It's just get out as soon as you make that decision.
And then, well, there's like making the decision mentally and then actually deciding to do it. And then you're like, oh shit, when should I do it? Oh, okay, I'm not going to do it this week because it's bad timing this week. So I'll do it next week.
And they're like, how long have you been feeling like this? Like, oh my God. And then they start crying. You're like, I'll tell you anything you want to hear if you'll stop crying. I love you. Let's give it another shot. Let's do it. I'm going to marry you. You're the best. I fucked up. I want the marketing internship. I'm gonna be a marketing strategist. I swear to fucking God, Mr. Jordan, I am your son-in-law.
Oh, that's why he has the same last name?
Yeah, Jordan.
Oh, so his name is Jordan, and
And her
he's
name
dating
is
a girl.
Jordan.
Oh, he's dating a girl whose last name is Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, so he
Yes.
wants to make her. No. He's going to take her last name and
Look,
change his name
I
to
use Jordan because that's the only name we've been using. I'd appreciate not to be put on blast because I remember the fucking name that was used. I want to. This is insane.
This is crazy.
You're crazy.
All right. Another case of a smoke show to be broke showed.
That's true. It's too bad.
Hey, there's two. That being said, there's two more broke smoke shows in the universe.
Well, one still has a boyfriend that lives far away. The other one's kind of too heartbroken to do anything right now. But there are two douchebags that are on the market again.
This guy,
Beirut and Jordan.
well, this guy's not really a douchebag.
I don't think Beirut was either. I'm just chilling. I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking around. It's a podcast. That can make a joke, right?
I know.
All right.
I'm not
I can make a joke, can I?
Yeah, you've been making jokes this
All
whole episode.
Let's go
It's
to the
fine.
next question.
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad. I'm laughing.
I know. You're laughing in a mad way.
I'm not laughing in a mad way. I think it's funny how annoying you are.
What?
I think it's funny how you don't get me.
Doesn't sound like you think it's funny.
I do
It sounds like you're laughing, but you're
It's
pissed.
funny. I think it's comical that after 8 years you still don't know what I'm getting.
Holy
It's like you
shit.
don't have a good sense of humor.
No.
Sorry, I
You
love
piece
that
of
bit.
shit. Laughing anger.
Oh my god, it's
I'm not mad. I'm just like in disbelief.
such a weird thing. Like you're protecting yourself against an argument.
Clearly, I'm not mad because I'm making this noise. Do
I like how you don't trust me.
you like it?
I think you might hate it.
You say you like it, but it sounds sarcastic when you say it. Man, we're just fucking blowing through this shit. All right. Should we get to the third question?
Yeah, sure.
All right. This one's good. Oh, we need another place. Come to think of it, you couldn't think of the second place.
No, I know he was going to Tunisia.
Okay. Oh, that's a good name.
Tunisia. I
Tunisia.
believe he was going to Tunisia.
Tunisia.
There's
Or
like,
we're
there's
hoping.
like voting for so many different places at the end. I still really.
Yeah, you can't remember which one he actually
Mikey, I love you. I'm watching the show.
just all these places are mishmashed in my brain. I can't keep track of them.
I'm just worried sick about you. That's all.
All right, Tunisia writes, "Hey guys, I have a very unspecific and comprehensive question for you, specifically Jake.
Mm-hmm.
How do you respond to one-word texts? Conversations that end in sweet or nice, or worse yet, smiley face. I never quite know how to keep the ball rolling from such a point, and feel stupid when I like the person and wish to continue the conversation, but don't quite know how. Any advice would be appreciated. Love, Tunisia."
Tunisia.
So this is another question about your texting prowess.
Yeah,
until we build that website where you can offer your advice to anybody who
That's right.
is willing to pay a
That's
small fee for it.
Small.
We're gonna
try exorbitant.
Try $100 a text.
Try exorbitant, buddy.
You pay for expertise.
Yeah.
When you go to the doctor, you don't give them $5.
But guess what, dude? I'll do the text for free if I get fucking check.
Oh, suddenly I'm a prostitute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So are they.
I'm exchanging goods.
So are you
and
because you're the one that
services.
programmed the website.
Oh no! How did I program it? I don't know anything.
Take a walk, man.
What?
I gotta answer this question. You don't need to be here.
I'd like to at least hear what you have to say.
You don't need to be here for this. This
I
is
want
like
to
a
know the
girl-related
answer,
question.
dude.
Alright.
I want to know the answer.
All right, buddy. You wrote this question.
Yeah, I'm Tunisia.
Tunisia.
So, how do you respond to one-word text? How do you keep the conversation going when someone says "sweet," period, or "nice,"
Actually,
period?
You know what? I genuinely, this is the first attaboy that I'm going to give you on the show.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
First attaboy.
Wow.
I do feel it's. I think you've been on your game since around the summer. Is that end of the summer?
Yeah, end of the summer.
And I think, I got you on Tinder.
Yeah.
We got you out at some bars. We got you meeting girls. We got you texting. And I
Yeah.
think I will submit that you're nearing my level.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really think so?
I'll show you a text from time to time. I've got to send a text.
And?
Won't I? Won't I run some by you sometimes?
No, but I'd love for that to happen.
I do think that you are close to my caliber.
If I do say so myself.
If I do say so myself.
If I do say so myself.
Yeah. Like Mike.
So, are you asking me what I would do?
Yes.
All right. Well, okay. Here's
And
the
just
thing.
so you know, there is a right and wrong answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
And
Here's
just
my.
so you know further.
Yes. I will be grading you.
Yeah, this will be graded. This will
Okay.
count towards the final grade.
This is if I can work for your website right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Well, this is what I would do if I were you. When I hear, or when I read sweet period or nice period, I don't keep the conversation going. I take that as a hint that the girl wants to be left alone, and I always think it's better to not send the last text. The end. Thoughts?
Amir Blumenfeld, congratulations, you are correct. Congratulations!
Yes!
You are correct!
I fucking knew it!
You gotta put them on ice, man. You gotta ice them a little bit from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
So,
You gotta keep that conversation cold. You gotta be cool, baby. All right, so that is true. If she's gonna send you an emoji. If she's gonna say nice period or sweet period, cut it. You're out. She said the last thing. You're done. She is like, why didn't he respond? He usually responds, and then she'll send something, maybe a little later.
that's a great feeling. Is the ice, and then you fucking wait. You wait and wait and wait, and when you get that second text back, that second bullet, that means you've won. You've defeated her in this game of text chicken almost. Who can ice the other person out for longer?
That's true.
And you know what? Sometimes you lose, and you don't get another text ever again. And it's not because of lack of
never
trying.
coming in again. I would send another, like I don't know. You can fire that second bullet. If the last thing she said was nice, then like you wait a little bit, like a day or two, until you have something else to say.
I'll wait forever.
Yeah.
I'm going on 7 months with one girl. I said, hey, how are you? And she said, good, period. And I'm fucking icing her
And then
out.
she said you with no question mark. So I didn't know if it was a fucking like how are you thing or like I'm good, you. Like hey you, I'm good. So I just like fucking iced her.
Now.
And then she sent me 3 question marks and I was like, what? You already said everything you needed to say. So I iced her out. Then she called me.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, this is the 21st century, baby. I text. She left me a voicemail, but I didn't even check it.
I did check in. She's like, sorry, you were very desperate in person, but you're not responding to anything I'm saying right now. 3 months later, she sent me a picture text of her with her new boyfriend.
Oh.
And she's like, this is a guy who actually knows what he's talking about.
Wow.
Did not respond to that either.
Love that.
The triple ice.
That's the triple ice.
They're engaged, dude.
But you're the best man.
How's that?
How's that for fair?
And I'm going to go to the wedding. And I'm not going to say a goddamn word.
You're not
Except for the
allowed
best
to.
man speech.
And when they ask if anyone objects, I might mention that I do.
So is that a good general but comprehensive answer to a question where if somebody, girl or guy, writes to you a single word text?
Yeah, I think that's your cut. Like that's done for that conversation, and then like review the conversation and see where you went awry. Just remember when you're texting to be like fun, casual. You want to be like an escape to somebody's boring day. You want to be like, oh man, I like texting Jake. He makes me laugh. He says funny things.
It's funny,
right.
but you're also asking questions.
Yeah,
and then
like,
hopefully
not too many
they
questions because then it's like if everything you say is a question, then it's just like, oh my god, this person just wants me to respond.
Right. Sometimes what I like to do is do ask questions, but sometimes don't ask questions to see if the other person responds. Not like a one sentence, not a one word thing like nice or fine or good, but a joke. Now that doesn't necessitate a text in return, so that when you do get one in return, it's a good sign.
It's so subtle. It's such a subtle game. Like there's a difference between an ellipses and 2 periods.
Oh yeah,
One
we've
period
debated
and
that
no
before
period.
too.
And like, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but sometimes what I like to do is like if we're both going back and forth,
Yeah.
I like to just type a bunch.
Oh
and
yeah.
then erase it and then and then like just stop.
See, that's
So,
that's where we differ. I don't like to do that.
Oh, I love that.
You
she says something that like doesn't necessarily warrant a response.
Yeah,
You
and then
type a bunch,
and then
and then
delete it. So
Uh-huh.
what she sees is the dot dot dot, like you are typing,
right?
and you delete it,
Yep.
and then it goes away.
Yeah,
and
so
then
it's like a tease. Like, what was he gonna say? What was he gonna say? Like, I need to prod him one more time. I need to say something else, so he responds.
Oh, interesting.
It's like
In my brain, it's like, oh, I guess it's my insecurity. Like she's gonna think that I thought of a joke and then deleted it because it
So
wasn't
true.
funny, and then I couldn't
no,
answer.
in my mind, it's like I'm typing something interesting, and then I'm like, no, fuck it. And then she's like, wait, no, what were you gonna say? That's what it is.
It's for you. It's like walking away from someone at a party.
Yeah. Where like you walk away and they're just like looking after you, being like, what is that guy doing now?
Yeah, what he was about to. He opened his mouth to talk, and then he did an about face and hit a wall, passed out, and I haven't spoken to him since.
Yeah, that's another good thing. You have like a good conversation with someone, and then you disappear altogether, and they're like, where did that guy go?
The two dots thing is also really funny. Like, there's ending. Like, I'm fine. Or let's think. Like, my day was pretty good. Period is pretty like salty. And then my day was pretty good. Dot 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 is like, oh, what's that? It's kind of sexy and interesting. And then there's this thing that we've been discussing is the two dots,
Yeah.
which is not like a real grammatical thing, but it really is somewhere in between the two. It
Yeah.
could almost be a typo
Either
in
way.
either direction.
Yeah.
Like my day was pretty good. Dot dot.
You almost like have to say something after. Like, my day was pretty good. Dot dot. Got my laundry done. Heading home from work now.
But dot dot is the end of the first text or in between the two sentences.
Yeah, I don't know. This is why we need to have the site. 'Cause I can't fucking explain it. You have to see it. When you do, you'll get it.
It's art. It's jazz, and we can't explain it. It just happens.
It is jazz. That's what jazz is. Yeah, you know the instrument so well that you can sort of like bend the rules and operate outside them, right?
Right.
Isn't that
But
what jazz is?
first you have to be able to be so competent. Like first you have to know the rules, and then you have to break them.
That's me, dude. This is jazz.
Yeah.
This is smooth jazz. A beep boop bop, beep boop ba. This is
Oh.
Jake Kerwin's text.
God.
This is me. This
Unfortunate.
is, it's all right. Shut the fuck up. This is slam poetry. This is what you ever thought you never wanted, that you ever knew, that
Oh.
you never wanted to know.
Huh?
What? Huh? That's what she says, but she doesn't know the answer. Is the question that I ask her.
So